Hello everyone, myself Shweta Shah and I am your instructor for the subject microprocessor and microcontroller. In this subject we have started unit 5, that is AVR programming in C language, and in this session we are going to see today the topic that is time delays and IO port programming in the C language. So first let us see what are the outline for this session. These are like, first we will see the time delays in C, then we will see the IO programming in C, and lastly we will see some of the examples based on this. So first let us start with the time delays in C. As we have learned how we can create the time delays inside the assembly language, similarly we can create the time delays inside the C language also. And there are many ways available to create this time delay. First, we can use the simple for loop. Second thing, we can use the predefined C functions for the delay. And then third, we can use the AVR timers. From this simple for loop and predefined C function we are going to see over here, and AVR timers we will see in the further sessions. Okay, so first let us see with the simple for loop, and before that we have to take these things in mind while we are creating the delay using the for loop. So first factor is that the crystal frequency that you have connected to the XTL1 and XTL2, that are the input pin of this controller, is the most important factor of the time delay calculation, and the duration of the clock period for the instruction cycle is the function of that crystal frequency. So you have to consider that time, that what frequency you have connected with the XTL1 and XTL2. And second factor is that affects this time delay is the compilers used to compile the C program. When we are using the assembly language, we have the control that the exit instruction and the sequence that used in the time delay calculation. But for this case, we have to consider the time delay that is provided by the compiler. So these two factors we have to consider while we are using the for loop. So let us see example with the for loop. Here we are have to write the C program to toggle all the bits of port B continuously with the 100 milliseconds delay, and assuming that 8MEGA32 having the XTL frequency of 8 megahertz. Okay, so depending upon this frequency we are getting some count, and for example if that count is something like 42150. Okay, and depending upon that we will create the delay. For this, first we have to include the file avr.io.h, that is the header file for this AVR controller. Then we can use the functions. First we are creating the delay function, and then we will call this delay function inside the main function. So for this we are using the function like void delay 100 milliseconds, and in bracket we are using the void because it will not return anything. Then we are defining one unsigned integer I, and then using the for loop for I is equals to 1 to I less than 42150 and I plus plus. So this will create the loop for 42,150 times, but it will not perform any task. So it will depend upon your compiler that how much time delay this is providing to you. Okay, so that you have to check how much delay this is providing. Then we will call this function inside the main function. Then we have to make this port B as an output port because we are toggling the bits from that port B. Okay, so by using this instruction, data like DDRB is equals to 0 cross FF, that is the data direction register for the B port, and making all bits as a 1 so we are providing the data as 0 cross FF. So it will make this port as a output port. Then we are using the loop, that is while, and using in bracket 1, that is this loop is continuous. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to toggle the bits on the port number B. So for toggling we have the bit pattern 10101010. So first we are sending the AA and then providing delay and then sending 55. So that will toggle your bits as a 101010. Okay, so first we are using the port B is equals to 0 cross AA, then we are calling this delay function, delay 100 milliseconds, and then we are toggling that bits by using this like port B is equals to 0 cross 55, and then calling the delay another time and then return. Okay, so this is your main function in main program in which you are calling this void delay function. Okay, by this way we can create the delay, but here this delay will depend upon your compiler, how much time it requires to compile. So you can't say that this is the exact 100 millisecond delay for all of the compilers. Okay, so by this way first method we can create the delay. Another method to generate the delay is using the predefined function such as underscore delay underscore milliseconds or underscore delay underscore microseconds, that is defined in the delay.h header file in the Vim ADR, or delay underscore ms and delay underscore microsecond, that is defined in the delay.h in code version. So that will depend upon your compiler which function you are going to use it. Okay, so the only drawback for using this function is the portability problem. Because of different compilers do not use the same name for the delay function, you have to change the every place in which delay functions are used if you want to compile that program on the another compiler. Okay, and to overcome this problem the programmer can use the macro or wrapper functions also, like this, that is given in the another program. Here we have to write this ADRC program to toggle all bits of the port C continuously with 10 milliseconds delay and use the predefined delay function in the Vim area. Okay, so we are using the predefined function and creating the delay, and this time we are using the port numbers C, so we have to make that port as an output. Consider this as a port number B. Okay, so first we have to include the file, that is include until underscore delay.h, that is the header file for creating the delay loop function, and then adr.io.h, that is the ADR header file. Then we are using the main function, and in which we are creating another local function, that is void delay underscore ms and integer d. Here we are providing the delay, how much delay we want to create, and that is used as a time for the another function that you have used predefined, that is underscore delay underscore ms, that is the predefined function inside this delay.h header file. Okay, and we have to make this port B as output port by using ddrb is equals to 0 cross ff. Here this is the port number B, here this is the port number B. Then we are using the while loop, while 1, so this loop will always true and will do function always. First we will provide the port B as a 0 cross ff, and then we will call 0 cross AA, then we will call for the delay, that is ms10, that is the 10 milliseconds delay, that will call this function, and inside this we have used this predefined function. Okay, then we are using the port B is equals to 0 cross 55, and then another time we will call for the delay. So this is the another delay function that we are creating for calling the inbuilt function, that is inside the delay.h. Okay, so by this way we can create the delay using the inbuilt, or you can say using the header. Next we will see the IO port programming. This can be performed by two ways, that is bit size IO and byte size IO. First one is the byte size IO. In this, to access the port register as a byte, we have to use the port X label, where X denotes the name of the port that we have already used. For creating any port as an output, we can use the port B is equals to this, port C is equals to this, like this way. For providing the data direction, that we can use that register like DDRX that we have already used in the previous example. So DDRX, that is for port B we are using DDRB, for port A we are using DDRA. That can be used for providing the direction in that particular port. Okay, and for the input we can use the PIN register, and for this we have PINX label, where we can use X as a B, C or D. So it will be like PINA, PINB, PINC and PIND. Okay, so by this way we can access the whole IO port as a 8-bit, or you can consider it as a byte size. And in bit size, these IO ports of 8MeGA32 are bit accessible also, but some ADRC compilers do not support these features, and other do not have the standard way of using this. For example, the following code line of the code can be used in code version to set the first pin into port B to 1, like this, port B.0 is equals to 1. but it cannot be used in another compiler such as a VB. Okay, so there is the compatibility issue with the bit size IO. Bite size IO you can use for anything. To write the portable code that can be compiled on different compiler, we must use and or bitwise operations to access the single bit of the given register. Okay, so we are basically going to using the ANDing and ORing operation for the bitwise operation that we will see in the further sessions. Let us see the example in which we have to do this. LEDs are connected to the pin of the port B and write the AVRC program that shows the count from 00 to FF, that is all bits 0 to all bits 1 in binary on the LEDs. So for this we have to first make this port B as a output port, and then we have to send the data by using port B level, and for providing the direction we are going to using DDRB label, and for providing the output at that port we are using the port P level. Okay, so for this first we are including the header files, then a main function, and making this port B as an output we are using DDRB equals to 0 cross FL, and then while loop that will continuously run, and then we are using port B is equals to port B plus 1. That will increment the value of the content that you have stored on the port B. Here you have to initialize the port B equals to 0 outside this loop, so that your value starts from 00. Otherwise it will have some garbage value and the value will start increasing from that garbage value. Okay, and then return from the main program. So by this way we can use this C program for transferring something on the port. First you have to make that port as an output or input port, and then you can transmit by using port, or for input you have to use the PIN label. Okay, so another example, we have to write the AVRC program to get the byte data from the port B and then send it to the port number C. So for this you have to make the port B as an input port and port C as an output port. So here we have the we are defining one temporary character for getting that data from port B to the temporary data, and then sending that temporary data to the port number C. Okay, so we are using this one temporary character, and then we are using DDRB equals to 0 cross C as 00 for making this port B as an input, and DDRC equals to 0 cross FF for making this port C as an output port. Then we are using the loop while 1 is equals to temp is equals to PINB, that is getting the port B as an input, and then using port C is equals to temp, that is transferring the temporary data to the output port number Z. Let us see another example in which we have to write the AVRC program to get the byte data from the port C, that means your port C is the input port, and if it is still less than 100 then send it to the port B, otherwise send it to the port number D. So your port B and port D are the output port and port C is the input port. So include the header file, and then in main function make this port C as an input port by using 0 cross 00, and make this port B and port D as an output port by making 0 cross FF, 0 cross FF. And then use one temporary character for getting this data from port C and then transfer it to the port number B or D depending upon the condition. So for checking the condition we have to use the if and else. So first we will get the data from the C port by using PINC label and storing this into the temporary register by using temp is equals to PINC, and then we have to check if this temp is less than 100 then send it to the port number B. So for this we have the data like port B is equals to 10, and otherwise your data will be greater than 100 then you have to send it to the port number D. So for this we have the data like port D is equals to 10. Okay, so if your data is less than 100 then it is going to be transferred to the port number B, and otherwise it is going to be transferred to the port number D and then return. So by this way we can take the decision by using this if and else. So any functionality that you are using in C you can use with this. Okay. But for direction you have to use the label DDR. For input you have to use the label PIN, and for output port we have to use the port label with the ABC, whatever your port is that. Okay. So here we are ending our today's session. If you have any query then you can contact me.